everyone, it's DollFace9990 with a surprise video this week. I stumbled upon another door that I had not gone into through the armory. Here's this door, it says open to armory. I came in through here, and I believe this is called the Hall of Valor or something to that effect, where there's multiple people who have passed on and ended up here. And through these lovely chests here, I found some pretty nifty items. Here we go. Similar to already in the armory, there's multiple types of ammunition in the thousands. You know, the basic stuff that you would have already seen in the previous locations in this mod. But there are several different types of things, like all spell tomes throughout Skyrim, all miscellaneous items in Skyrim, all standard weapons, all staffs, all unique weapons. You can see an Elder Scroll there, and that just looks like a giant Elder Scroll. This here does not open, it's basically just for looks. This apparently activates something. I'm not sure what it activates, but it does. This has all the types of jewelry in Skyrim. It has all the scrolls, all unique armor, all clothes, and all standard armor. So when it says all clothes, it means all clothes, with some exceptions, but I found Nocturnal's clothes in one of these chests. As you can see, this is basically the same outfit that's on the statue of Nocturnal, the Night Mother, whatever you call her. And in said chest, they had them by the hundreds, but it wasn't the only chest that had that outfit. As you can see, it's full of people and creatures that ended up here after they passed on. And as you can see, there's not really anything in here other than, well, food and people. Up here you can see out through these little window, or they're not really little, they're like almost, they're like very large windows that could easily be doorways. And when you look out the window, you see a lot of portals. I'm not brave enough to jump out this sucker and try to land in one of them, because I have no idea where I would end up. Or I could just die. You never really know. On the other side, there's more options here. Pedestal, you know, several stuff that's in regards to vampires, stuff here that you can learn more magic, weapons, unique spells. The barrels, it says custom ammunition or custom ammo. Sweet roll, that's an arrow that does 100 damage. I don't know why you would need an arrow that does 100 damage, but if you needed it, here it is. And several special daggers, swords, bolts, bullet arrow. Whew. And apparently they have one that does no kind of harm whatsoever and basically is just there for looks. Or practice. And each one of these barrels has the same thing. There's 3 barrels here full of the custom ammo. Enchanted artifacts, or unenchanted artifacts, basically plenty of nifty weapons that don't have any enchantments on them. Stuff you find throughout the game. Special daggers, staves, things that you can make your own through the nifty enchantment table. Which, once you tap on this, which I've already done, there will be special gloves and a special ring, and it's supposed to help you with your enchantments to become like 1,000 times better than what you would normally make it if you didn't have them. And it also is a regular enchantment table. Anyway, here in this tiny chest are multiple items that are basically here just so you can disenchant them and learn them. And they have them here, and there's a lot of them. The alchemy lab, self-explanatory, with special alchemist gloves. Obviously, there's several potions here. And your workbench. Weapons. These weapons do a butt ton of damage, and well, some of them do. And there's not a whole lot there, probably because I took some of it. And some only have a couple of items in there. I was looking up a video, ironically, looking for, well, armor mods or clothing mods, and in one of those videos it was referring to ancient Falmer armor, and apparently it's white. It's very similar to the ebony armor, so why not have ivory armor? I'm not 100% sure if, you'd be able to make it in the game, but there you have it. It also comes with boots, a crown, gauntlets, so that's awesome. Speaking of which, it says all standard armor, all clothes, unique armor. Okay. When it says unique armor, it doesn't just mean regular, clothing or apparel. It's talking about other things that, like rings and shields, But if I can get to them, several different types of armor in here, but not what I am actually looking for. Yay! Okay. All clothes. Anything from vampire armor to Cicero's clothes, the jester, it's pretty much in here. Special clothing from even the executioner's robes. Not sure why you'd want to wear that. It's not like it does a whole lot, but if you wanted to, it's there. Okay, so as you can see, each clothing item is like in the 100. So there's like 100 of each. And I am still hunting for what I'm looking for, and I am not seeing it. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Mage hood. Looks pretty neat. I grabbed a few of those in my inventory. And apparently a wedding wreath. Thought this was pretty cool. There's also a pair of wedding sandals and a wedding dress. And I think there's wedding clothes for men and wedding rings in the jewelry chest. Now, if I could just get to what I was looking for, that'd be great. But I am not seeing what I'm looking for. Well, looks like I'm just gonna have to go to my own inventory. Okay. Okay, here we go. Ancient former crown, ancient former body armor, ancient former gauntlets, and I do believe I have the boots. There they are. These are ones that I've customed for a specific purpose. It does one-handed damage and it's supposed to increase your speed. I think I am currently wearing these. I am wearing a hood that I enchanted that bows do more damage, and you know, lockpicking is easier. I have not enchanted the necklace yet, I don't think. I couldn't quite decide on what to enchant it with, so I just left it alone. But I still think that the crown is really cool. I mean, check that out. That's pretty awesome. Anyway, from my understanding, when I watched the video about other mods about armor and clothing, the ancient Fulmer was basically the opposite of the ebony. It's made of ivory, so you would have to basically get a bunch of mammoth tusks to make this kind of armor. Downside to this armor, it does not custom fit to a lady's form. That's the slight downside. Not really that big of a deal. But as for me, I kind of prefer more form-fitting armor. This one kind of looks like I'm, you know, stuck my finger and blew up my dark elf. But I like it. I like the look of it. It's detailed. I thought it was neat. When you look at it, you can definitely see the similarities to this and the ebony armor. Let's see. Let's get a closer look at this crown. It's pretty awesome. So the boots are made out of mammoth tusks. That's some pretty cool stuff there. I also found a Daedric armor that is enchanted with God mode, which means you're invulnerable. And since I love Daedric armor, I had to have it in my inventory. I don't know why, but I just love the look of Daedric armor. It's pretty friggin' amazing. And this one right here, it's the same shape, same build as normal Daedric helm, with a bit of a twist. I don't even think this one's really enchanted. It just says fire, so it's made to look like lava. And I think it's more of a optical illusion kind of deal where it looks like this, but other than that, it's just for looks. It's not actually enchanted. Not really. Also found this one. I thought it was pretty friggin' cool. You get water breathing and 100 armor while wearing it in the complete set of the Death Brand armor, which I think I might actually have. But that's not the only type of helm for the Death Brand armor. The Ebony Mail, I think I'd showed this in the previous video, but the only one I could find was actually enchanted with the plague. It was just called the Plague, and it was enchanted for everything to die. I wasn't about to risk that because for fear it might actually mess up my game and I'd have to start over because everything dies. But then again, I was also curious if I ever just got tired of the character and decided to put that on and just watch everyone die. It's kind of bleak. Anyways, I like this look. I like the chainmail. But this one is enchanted with move more quietly, and opponents that get too close take 5 points damage per second. Still pretty freaking cool. The Emperor's clothes. And this is what I meant, like wedding bands. Just a regular ring, nothing special. But they're wedding rings. Amulet. Gauntlets that have like enchantments on them. General Tullius armor. Gilded wrist guards. There's nothing really all that special about them. They have no armor rating, and basically it just takes up weight in your inventory unless you decide to enchant them or improve them in some way. And of course, I do enjoy the glass armor look. It's appealing to me, but mostly because the glass looks more green than blue, and I really like that. So it's just physically appealing to me. Obviously I have a God mode ring in my inventory, which I got through this mod that I've been exploring, which also makes me invulnerable. There are several other items in my inventory, like the jagged crown, for instance. None of the 4 that I got right here are enchanted, so I could turn them into basically anything I want if I decided to wear them. And when I say turn them into anything I want, I mostly just mean I can enchant them with whatever I feel like it, as long as it says on there that I can use those enchantments. A lot of this stuff is either already enchanted, or what it looks like on here is not what it looks like when your character wears it. That's what confused me when I was looking through this and it said Nocturnal's hat or Nocturnal's clothes. It looks completely different than what I was expecting it to look like, because it just looks very basic in the inventory, but once it's on my character, it looks, well, very, very different. These robes are enchanted with several different items, and the print is actually too small for me to read. Unless I like get super close to the TV screen, so that's not going to happen right now. Special shields that are practically flawless. I mean, they're gorgeous, and they do a decent job at what they were made for, blocking. This one in particular stores energy of blocked attacks. Performing a power bash will release the stored energy. So basically, it will screw you up. Yeah, it'll mess up some players if you're fighting. Oh yeah. Several different types of rings that you find throughout Skyrim, or they're just enchanted for special things. Some of them are more leaning towards vampirism, and the others are leaning towards flesh eaters, and mostly it's just werewolves or vampires. I mean, there is the exception with the gargoyle ring, but I think that's more, if you're a vampire. And Ring of the Moon increases duration of your howls by 25%. Yeah. And this is actually pretty cool armor to be wearing. I mean, it's, as far as looks goes, it doesn't look like much here, but once it's on your character, it looks pretty amazing. And if I could change what it was enchanted with, I would actually do that. And I'm sure in here somewhere there might be this particular type of armor with no enchantments on it that could be enchanted later. But I will have to hunt for that. Oh, like I was telling you before, this right here, another helmet made like that previous one, where's the Death brand. It's made out of the same material. But like I said, I've collected a lot of stuff in here. And I grabbed wolf armor and wolf gauntlets. I have vampire armor in here too, but I figured this would be pretty neat. I'll go ahead and have both collections here. But here is that wedding dress that I was talking about earlier. Wedding sandals. Not anything real special. And of course the wedding wreath. But as you can see, there's not... It looks really amazing. I've enjoyed going through here. This right here doesn't have a whole lot here, but it's still pretty cool. I mean, it has special stuff up here. And there are also some custom items. Holy sword, hell sword, holy sword. Okay, so holy sword, on your target's death, you and close allies will be healed. On your target's death, your weapon will give off a fiery explosion. On your target's death, you and close allies will be healed. On your target's death, you become invisible. And as it goes on, it basically is like, hey, guess what? We got special stuff and it does special things. It's just too bad that, you know, you can only wear one ring at a time and you got like 5 fingers. Each one of these is enchanted with some special type of enchantments that are either super strong or the duration of something is better. You know, basic stuff. And as far as visual effects, basically in here, each one of these rings has its own special effect, or it'll turn off an effect, or it'll show an effect, and it'll look like you are it'll change your appearance, but that's about it. It doesn't actually do much other than change what you look like. As far as, see, that says tentacles. Apparently it could look like your body's covered in tentacles. Or turn off invisible effects. You know, Personally, I wouldn't need any of those things. I don't feel the need to get them. And really all that's left up here is just food items. It's nothing else. So, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you enjoy my videos and my content, I would be eternally grateful. And so would my dark elf dressed as nocturnal. She would be eternally grateful. If you would like, comment, and subscribe. Well, that's it for me. Dollface is out. Don't forget to stay magical, nerds. Bye!